Hi guys. Well, if you just watched pregnancy 1 video, this is pregnancy number 2 video. I'm just talking about this current pregnancy I'm in. 25 weeks and 2 days, as I mentioned in the prior video. I gave birth early at 25 weeks due to preeclampsia. Did I know what preeclampsia was? No. Very naive. Very, very, very naive in my first pregnancy. In my second pregnancy, very aware. Very fucking aware. But also I want to say this, to anybody who is pregnant, if you have the slightest concern, I don't care if it's a rash, a skin issue, I don't care if it's just like something you're gonna write off as minor, it could probably not be minor, and you need to be on your doctor's ass about that shit. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't care what it is, sweetheart, because that could be the difference between a successful pregnancy and a non-successful pregnancy over one minor inconvenience. You think you're gonna be an inconvenience to them? No, that's their job. Be on that doctor's ass, okay? Get on their ass. Because my whole first pregnancy, I was telling them the problems I was having. I kept getting dismissed about the bleeding, the blood, blah, 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 blah. Which in the second pregnancy, yes, I did bleed as well. I bled like the first one. I had spotting all the way up until maybe the 9th or 10th week. When I was having sex, I was bleeding. I went to an OBGYN appointment because I was like, hey, I feel like there's either a UTI or bacterial infection in there. We gotta figure this shit out. I went to that. She did tell me, it's like, yes, you do have a sensitive cervix. It is going to bleed while you're pregnant. You are part of that 10%, but it shouldn't be an ongoing problem. And if it becomes an ongoing problem, we need to know about it. I was like, all right, cool. Difference between pregnancy 1, pregnancy 2, first of all, 2 different OBGYNs. The first one I went to because I read the reviews. I thought, and like all the reviews were great. I thought it was going to be a great experience. It wasn't. Very dismissive. Very. It's pregnancy. That's the answer I got. It's pregnancy. And I went back to my original OBGYN. Now, that's where I'm at now. The OBGYN where I got diagnosed with PCOS because I felt like nobody was taking that into consideration on my first pregnancy. So my old OBGYN is where I'm at now. And they have listened to every one of my motherfucking concerns. Even from the very... I think I caught my pregnancy at 5 weeks this time. 4 weeks. 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I caught it early. I caught it super early. And I was like, yeah. Because after going through the traumatic experience in pregnancy 1 and dealing with everything, the doctors came by my room after the C-section and was like, yeah, so if you plan to have another baby, you have to wait 6 months at least. And as soon as you got to catch it early, as soon as you catch it early, you were going to start your own baby aspirin. Baby, I'm not coming back to you. At this point, well, first of all, I didn't even think I was going to get pregnant, honestly. Because, it took me 9 years with my ex to get pregnant. We got divorced end of 2024. We separated May 2024. We got divorced November 2024. I didn't start messing with my new baby daddy until January 2025. And I didn't think... I wasn't trying to have, messing, once I started that with him, I was just like, this is just kind of just to have fun. I'm not looking for nothing serious. Shit serious. It's not what it is now. But, in the beginning, it was just fun. And I didn't think nothing of it. When he was like, I do want you to have my children. And I was like, first of all, he was drunk. So, clearly, I'm not taking that into consideration. But he was like, for real. He's like, I want you to have my kids. And me being me and me knowing that it takes a lot for me to get pregnant. The conditions have to be set a certain way. My body has to react a certain way. Did I think by the end of 2025 I'd be pregnant? No. Did it happen? Yes. Am I excited about it? Yes. And it's a complete different experience than my first pregnancy. I will say that. Yeah. Because when my baby daddy was like, yeah, I want you to have my kids, you gonna have my son, XYZ, I was like, oh, he playing. He just saying this shit to keep me around. He playing. This ain't for real. And then we had, I think it was August of 2025. Yeah, August of 2025 was like the end of August, going into September. I was late on my period, and I thought I was pregnant then, but I wasn't. My period was just late. Probably from stress. PCOS. Never fucking know. So, my period was late. Then, where am I at? Oh, I'm in the timeline of August 2025. Period was late. And then after I found out I wasn't pregnant, my period finally started. I was upset. I was really upset. I was like, damn, I really wanted a kid that bad, huh? I wanted a kid that bad. Shit. And like, it fucked me up mentally. It really did. And I was like, okay. And then like texting him, be like, hey, no, not pregnant. Period started. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, if you really about this shit, dog, we can plan this shit for the next go around. Because you have 7 days after I end my period to get me knocked up. And, you know, we fucked probably about 5 out of 7, maybe? 5 out of the 7 days in that ovulation period, we fucked. Mind you, according to my due date, it was the first motherfucking day in the ovulation period that it happened, September 25th. However, did I think it was going to happen that quick? No. Listen, I was trying for 9 years. 9 years with my ex. And it never happened. It only happened when I stopped giving a fuck. Like, literally when I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be the rich auntie. I'm going to help all our friends' kids. I'm going to support all our friends' kids at T-ball and bullshit. I'm not going to have my own kids. Then I went through pregnancy number 1. And then after pregnancy number 1, and then going through a divorce, I gave up on the dream of having a family. Like, I literally wrote in my journal, I was like, I'm just going to be great. I'm going to give up on my dream of having a family. I'm just going to be great. I'm going to go out here. I'm going to do great things. I'm going to be a superstar somewhere, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be a superstar. And that was what 2024 was. 2024 was very much, I'm working on me, my goals, and fuck everybody. Fuck society. Fuck the rules. Fuck what everybody else wants me to be. Bitch, I'm going to be what the fuck I want to be, and I don't give a fuck about what nobody else got to fucking say. That was a lot of fucks there. Fuck is my favorite cuss word, by the way. So 2024 was just be like, fuck y'all. And then also, I went through a lot of drama with the divorce. And then once it finally was official, I was just like, I don't give a shit. I don't care what's happening, what's going on. I don't give a fuck. And then 2025, met my new baby daddy. Bing, bop, boom. We're now in, 2026 of March. I'm pregnant. 6th kid. The difference between, the one biggest difference between pregnancy 1 and pregnancy 2 is the supportiveness. Having a partner who actually wants you to have their kid and being supportive of that is a big fucking difference. Now mind you, my current partner, my current baby daddy, he knows everything. He knows everything down to a motherfucking T. He even knows the person I slept with before I slept with him. Like, he knows everything. I don't hide shit. I don't hide shit from nobody. I'm the type of person that what you see is what you get. I'm going to tell you the truth. Unless it's to protect your feelings. Because I don't want nobody to hurt my feelings. So I'm not going to hurt your feelings. So I may lie and say a dress looks good when I know for a fact that shit don't. I will lie about that. Because I don't want nobody to hurt my feelings. Especially if I really like something. Like, for instance, I really like braids. And I really like dreads. I don't give a fuck if you don't like the color. But don't tell me you don't like the color. Just say, oh, it looks good, and just keep it pushing. Don't tell me that, because then I'm gonna be like, damn, am I ugly? Like, no, I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody to do it to me, so I don't do it to nobody else. So I will lie, maybe to hype you up. I'm sorry. I don't like that. Anyway, moving on back to pregnancy. And I'm very truthful and telling him. So he's known everything. He knows everything I went through in my first pregnancy. Everything. And I will say this. He's very fucking supportive of my emotional needs. That is the first thing. The first motherfucking thing. Had any guys ever been? He's the only one who's been there. Like, I'll legit tell him, be like, hey, I feel ugly. Am I ugly? And he'll be like, no, you're not ugly. You pretty. Like, he will give me the reassurance that I need. And I'm very thankful for that. Because no one on this earth has ever done that. I need to stop. It's the baby. It's not the baby. You really are emotional about that. Even without being pregnant, you'll cry. So it gives me a lot of reassurance, which I need, especially with being pregnant a second time. So I'm very thankful about that. And I always tell him, like, bitch, if you don't even want to be with me, just be there for the kid. I don't give a fuck. Like, because after going through everything I've went through in the past 2 to 3 years, I know there's no guarantee of people being in your life. No guarantee. So, like, he could wake up one day and be like, oh, here's another bitch. Bing, bop, boom, bop, bam. And go about his day. And will it hurt? Yes. Am I going to care? After a while, probably not. Not. That's the one thing I've learned after going through the trauma from my first pregnancy to my divorce to losing probably all my friends from my divorce, losing probably the most consistent friendship I had in 2025. Because my thing is, I don't want to be around toxicity. If anything reminds me of what I went through in 2023 and 2024, I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be around that at all. Like, I enjoy my peace, I enjoy my comfort, and I enjoy being drama-free and stress-free. If you piss me off, I'm going to tell you pissed me off now. I'm not going to sit here and bottle that shit up, because why would I bottle that shit up and you know what you did to me? Why would I do that? I'm not. But anyway, like I said, y'all, I tell a story and then I got a bunch of side notes. You just got to get through the side notes to get to the whole fucking story. But having a supportive partner while you're pregnant fucking matters. It fucking matters to a T. It matters to the child's growth inside you. It matters to you being stress-free and growing the child. Like, it matters. And if you're one of those women, because I've seen a bunch of women on social media say that my boyfriend doesn't care that I'm pregnant. He brought me an uncooked chicken sandwich from XYZ. I seen a video like that, baby. I hate to tell you this. You will be raising that kid single. Because that motherfucker don't like you and he's not supportive of you. And he's not supportive of that. He didn't want that child. And that sucks. Even though he made the conscious decision not to put a condom on and nut inside you, their actions are going to always speak louder than the motherfucking words when it comes down to the time that the shit hit the fan with a pregnancy. Their actions are going to fucking speak louder. I promise you that. And it's okay with being a single mom. It's okay. It's okay. Society looks down on single moms. They shouldn't, because single moms out here doing a damn thing. Now, some single moms are very toxic. I will say that. Not all moms are the same. But mommy is forever. Mommy is forever. Mom's always going to get the job done. Daddies can come and go. And that was told to me by somebody. But do I think my partner is going to just up and disappear? You never know with life. Never know with life. And do I want him to? Absolutely not. I want him under me as much as possible. As much as possible in the physical sense and in the emotional sense, and, living my life. I don't see my life without him. But I can't make that decision. Everybody has their own decisions in life and they choose what they want to do. Okay, back to the pregnancy because we done did a whole relationship segment. So, pregnancy number 2 has been better, even though I have bled. As of right now, I haven't bled since I think either week 12 or week 13 when I had sex. So, 25 weeks and 2 days, that's probably about a good solid, I'm doing math in my head, hold on, 2.5 months. So I haven't bled in 2.5 months. She's starting to kick now. I'm really excited. I like feeling her kicks. I felt a couple of Jazzy's kicks before she gave birth. Or before I gave birth. Jazzy didn't give birth. That was terrible, grammatically. Before I gave birth, I felt a couple of Jazzy's kicks before that. I'm still pregnant. Any complications in this one? Yes. So on top of the bleeding, I have subchronic hemorrhage that caused the bleeding this time. So basically, a subchronic hemorrhage is like a scar tissue from your first pregnancy. And that's what was causing a lot of the bleeding in the beginning. It dissolved around like week 8. And then I was still having the sensitive cervix issue with the bleeding. So yes, there's been bleeding in this pregnancy as well. Can I eat in this pregnancy? I be eating every fucking thing. Like this. She loves to eat. She's a big bag. She be taking care of everything for me. She like her daddy. Her daddy like to eat. Do I feel stress in this pregnancy? The only really stress I feel is financial stress, but I just did like a whole financial mapping. That's what I do for my finances to try to get ahead is I map them out. But does it always work? No. Do I always blurge? Yes. But I just did that prior to taking these videos, and everything looks good by the time she gets birth. By the time I give birth to her. And so that's really like my only stress. I think this is the time of my life I've been the most peaceful and most drama-free and stress-free than anything. Like, my job does stress me out from time to time, but my job isn't teaching anymore. I work from home for an insurance company. So, like, once I clock out, I clock out. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Figure that shit out next day I come in. Like, it's just a job. Is it what I want to do for the rest of my life? No, but shit, I'll figure that out as my life goes on. But stress-wise, I don't feel stress from friends. I don't feel stress from my family. My family is super supportive. My mom's been supportive since the beginning. Probably out of guilt, but that's another thing for another time. Probably because she really loves me. We're not going to digest that. But my mom's been there. She's helping me do my laundry. She's helping me make my bed because I can't make shit. And my mom's been there, and I'm really appreciative of my mom. She's been 100% supportive. I didn't lean on her in my first pregnancy a lot. I was still doing things by myself because I'm a very independent person. I don't like people helping me do shit at fucking all. I don't like a bitch even buy my fucking food. But you know what? I'm learning to accept help now because I'm pregnant and I need help. So that's one thing that's a change in this one. I've accepted the fact that I need help, and my mom is helping me do a lot of stuff. My dad's helping me with getting food. He does pay for my food sometimes, so I do appreciate that. It's not much stress. This is the most peaceful I've been my whole life. My baby daddy is emotionally supportive. I keep him up to date on anything that's going on, anything that's problematic or may feel problematic with baby girl. I'm eating. I can eat more in this one than the first one. I eat a lot. I eat and I drink a lot. Like, as soon as I wake up, she's like, it's time to go. Go get breakfast. Get something in your system. Let's go ahead, mommy. Let's go ahead and get this shit started. And then, like, midday, She's like, okay, it's time for lunch. What are we eating for lunch? Sometimes she does specifically tell me what she fucking wants. Other times she don't. She's just like, you need to eat right now, motherfucker. That's what she's like. She already spicy as hell. She's a boss in spice. She's spicy and bossy. And I know as soon as she comes out, she's going to be a little spitfire. And I love that. Because my baby going to learn MMA and jiu-jitsu just like I learned MMA and jiu-jitsu. You think my baby's not? Fuck out of here. No, you think my baby ain't going to be able to whoop your ass? Can you try her? No, she is. Shit. And you don't mess with her. Because as soon as she get done whooping your ass, I'm gonna whoop your mama ass. I'm just kidding. Possibly not. You never know. People crazy these days. But it's going good so far. I am seeing a high risk doctor. So I also with the pregnancy, I have 2 doctors I go to. I go to my OBGYN who's listened to every concern and everything. And I also go to a high-risk doctor now because at first my OBGYN was like, okay, well, you had preeclampsia. But I kept telling him, like, hey, you need to treat me as I'm high risk because, first of all, you already put me on pelvic and bed rest, and I'm only 2 months in for this subchronic hemorrhage, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, all right, fine, we get it. We're going to send you to Rock. And I'm going to the high-risk doctor. I see them for my ultrasounds. They do, like, in-depth screens of the ultrasounds all the way. She did make me throw up in my last ultrasound, which I've never experienced. That shit was wild. So, like, first of all, when I tell you she's already stubborn, feisty, and a little boss, she already is. So, baby girl, first off, when I woke up, I already felt a little queasy. But I was like, I'll get through it because I know she wants to eat. As soon as I eat, she'll be fine. I ate. She was fine until we went to the ultrasound, and she don't like to move, and she don't like to be in a position where they can take all the photos. So they were like taking the ultrasound thing and like doing like this dot 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 on the stomach, and I was like, I can only do 1 or 2 more dot 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 dots. I'm about to blow. I'm about to blow, and the ultrasound tech is like, okay, I'm gonna try to get her to move again, and she did it. I said, yeah, I need to sit up now because that shit's coming up now. Like, my body was getting hot. I had tears coming out my eyes. And I was like, yeah, I got to go throw up. And I threw up, and that shit was an experience. First pregnancy, never happened. Second pregnancy, happened. So, yeah, I go see them again in 2 weeks for my 28-week ultrasound. And we'll go from there. It's been a better experience than the first pregnancy. Like I said in my previous videos, all pregnancies are different. But I feel like mainly it's the difference in the partners, difference in the environment, difference in the support, difference in being stress-free versus non-stress-free. Because I still have PCOS. That shit's chronic. That shit's not going anywhere. That shit's till I die. But I am going to have a video on PCOS. That's probably going to be another long-ass video because this shit's a lot. But right now we're at 25 weeks and 2 days. I am due June 26th. I will have to have an early C-section at 37 weeks because I got the classical C-section, which is the 2 cuts. So I'm probably never going to have a water birth like I always wanted, and that's fine as long as the baby's happy and healthy. So yeah. That's it. Pregnancy number 2, guys. We're just trying to live through it, survive it, and enjoy it because we did not enjoy the first one. There's so much stuff going on. But thank you for listening to me. You don't have to. And thanks for taking time out. It is probably 25 minutes for both episodes of Pregnancy 1 and Pregnancy 2. But hopefully somebody watches this video and understand that they don't be naive and don't be passive to your doctors. Bug the shit out of them motherfuckers if something is fucking wrong. Promise you. Because even in this one, before I started going to the high risk doctor, I forgot to mention this. When I initially set the appointment with my OBGYN, I caught it early at 4 weeks. Like every week, 5th week, 6th week, 7th week, if I felt something was wrong, I went to the ER to get an ultrasound. And so I can go to the next appointment because I'm not going through the same shit again that I did with my first one. I'm not. I absolutely fucking refuse. And if it does happen with the same result, bitch, I'm burning the fucking world down. I don't give a fuck. The fuck out of here. Which I know it's not gonna happen. I'm having a better experience. I'm more positive. Everything's going good. So we'll see. So she's due June 26th. Probably the C-section will probably be June 6th. Either way it goes. Unfortunately, she's gonna be a Gemini. Yeah. Why am I laughing? I have bad experiences with Geminis. Every one of my Gemini friends knows I've had a bad experience with Geminis. Even like my new friends that are Geminis be like, I don't like y'all motherfuckers. But the exception I will make is for my baby girl, because I'm gonna love the shit out of that little girl. She has no idea. She has no idea how much I love her already before she's even here. But yeah, that's pregnancy 2. Thanks for listening. I try to not cry, but of course I'm gonna cry. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy. Toodaloo. Love, peace, and chicken grease. I think the next thing I want to talk about is PCOS. And then I'm going to have some more other videos about life shit. Because I feel like no one discusses life. A lot of people just bottle their shit up and don't say their experiences so other people can know their experiences. So that's why you're getting a lot of conversational topics about like life in general. Because a lot of us are trying to figure out life and no one ever figures that shit out. But if you know somebody who's went through that similar experience that you're going through, you don't feel alone. So if I help someone else not feel alone in this world, that's great. So love, peace, and chicken grease. Thanks for listening to my bullshit. Have a great rest of your day. Toodles.